that balance of making sure that we are keeping those things at bay that can serve to create issues for us. And he talked a little bit about, how we see these couples online and they look like goals, right? A lot of them look like goals, and they got these hashtag relationship goals and all these things, and how a lot of these relationships are on autopilot. And I can tell you, for the purposes of my relationship, it was very much on autopilot for a number of years. Now, that doesn't mean that we didn't do the work. We did some work. We went to therapy. We had two therapists. We had a lot of conversations. We were able to talk and communicate about our needs and our desires and what it was, but we came to the understanding that we just didn't have it for each other. We had reached our capacity with each other, and it was okay to say, you know what, we're putting a lot of effort into this thing, and there's a lot of water under this bridge that's kind of difficult for us to back up out of. And so that's what happened in our case. But I knew that going into my next set of relationships, right? as a as a relationship girl. And when I say relationship girl, I'm not talking about romantic relationships. I'm talking about, I enjoy being in relationship with people, right? As a relationship girl, I knew that I wanted to go into my next relationship, long-term relationship, marriage, whatever that shall be, by loving loudly and loving fully. But I also recognize that there were some barriers to that, some potential barriers to that, right? When we've been in relationship with other people and it hasn't worked out, it's easy to say, I'm just going to grab my marbles and go. In fact, that was my goal. My goal, I said, I am not doing this again. Okay, God, I'm not doing this again. I'm not peopling anymore. I'm not I won't allow anyone else to get close to me, because I've been hurt and betrayed in relationships. And because I've been hurt and betrayed in relationships, I started not to trust relationships. I started to say, okay, well, I'll serve the people that I'm meant to serve, but what I will not do is I will not put effort into relationships. I was quickly convicted. That didn't last long, right? That didn't last long. But what I found is that a lot of my clients are in that space where they're ready to write off relationships. Have you ever felt like you wanted to write off relationships because people were a little too peoply? People be peopling all the time, and it was just too unpredictable, and you weren't sure what you'd get out of it. And I'll tell you honestly, even as it comes to me thinking about a romantic relationship, I am so content in my life right now. And I really want to get to that, because he spoke about that in, I think, chapter 3.